Hi everyone. I hope you had wonderful Thanksgivings with your family and you got to enjoy some downtime. I can't believe we are about to begin week 5. This course is going by so quickly. So in week 4, we had great discussions about intellectual disabilities, about including students with intellectual disabilities, and I am about to take a look at all of your classroom designs. I'm really looking forward to that. So for week 5, we're going to be looking at disability categories of OHI, which is other health impaired, ED, which is emotional disturbance, and ASD, which is autism spectrum disorder. So for this week, like in our other weeks, you do have read, watch, and explore in your contents, your content for your learning materials. So we're going to be looking at teaching strategies for students with emotional and behavioral disorders. I want you to take a look at some information from the book In a Different Key, The Story of Autism, which, by the way, is just, it's a fabulous book. I typically don't like books, just to read that are trade publications like this. And I actually picked this book up and actually suggested it to my book club because it's just so well written and it's presented in a very personal way. So there's a story involved. So this will give you a little bit of taste of the book. And I would encourage you that if you can grab a copy of it, it's a really good book. It'll give you some really wonderful insight into the history of autism and certainly the organizations that are surrounding autism right now, like, for instance, Autism Speaks. It has great information. And then you'll be learning a little bit more about the history, the early signs and interventions for autism as well. And that's from the May Center, which any of you that are in this general area know that the May Center also serves the greater Springfield area. There are some videos for you to look at sort of the perspective of what it is like to have autism. I also have some videos there about attention regarding, and this is with regard to, behavior and emotional issues by a second grader and a fourth grader. So you can really hear that perspective. And then strategies, including strategies to make sure that you're not actually reinforcing behavior that you don't want to see in the classroom. And then there's also an ADHD thought simulator if you would like to do that. And if you have been using the supplemental text, it's chapters 8, 9, and 10. So this week for our discussion, we're going to be thinking about the quote by Dr. Stephen Shore. If you've met one person with autism, you've met one person with autism. So think about the meaning of that quote to you and use the information that you've learned in this week's Read, Watch, and Explore to inform your thinking about that and any other research that you'd like to do. Feel free to try a video post if you haven't tried that yet. And make sure that you have your references, especially in your initial response to the prompt. And then our assignment for this week is you're going to think back to the simulation activities that you did in week 3 and the one for week 5 and explore, and really think about how that connects to the experience of students that have learning disabilities and attention deficit disorder. And what I want you to do is I want you to create a mind map. I did give you a link to a free app, but if you don't want to use the app and you just want to do a mind map on a piece of paper, that's fine. You can just take a picture of it and submit that's fine. But make sure that you include in-text citations and a reference page in APA format as a separate submission or as a second page. Just have it on a separate page from your mind map. And if you have any questions about mind maps, let me know. Again, you do not need to use the app that I gave you the link to. You can do it on just a regular piece of paper, but really think about how you can make those connections and use that mind map to be a visual representation of those connections as you're going through it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You know that I'm always here and I will get back to you typically within a couple hours. If not a couple hours, certainly within a day. Usually by the end of week 5, you will have the link to your course evaluation. If not at the end of week 5, by the beginning of week 6. And I'm really going to ask you from the bottom of my heart if you can make sure you fill out your course evaluation, just like I give you feedback on your assignments each week. It's really so you can use that for continuous improvement. Your feedback to me about the course is really important, and it helps me with my continuous improvement as a teacher. So I just really ask that you take a few minutes to do that. It's anonymous. I don't know who has written what, but I do appreciate all the feedback I get from students. So have a wonderful week 5, and I will see you during the week. And if you need me, you know where to find me. Take care.